Step 1. Do you struggle with small talk? Ever found yourself in a social situation clutching at straws for something to say? It's a common scenario, isn't it? You're not alone. But what if I told you that mastering the art of small talk could be your ticket to building successful relationships, both personal and professional, and ultimately to financial success? Intriguing, right? Step 1. Breaking the ice. This is where it all begins, and it's simpler than you might think. The trick lies in using your surroundings or the situation you're in to come up with conversation starters. It's about turning the mundane into an opportunity for connection. For instance, you might be at a cafe, and you could ask the person next to you, "Do you know where the closest Starbucks is?" It's a simple question, but it opens up the door for further conversation. They might recommend their favorite drink, and who knows, you might end up discussing your shared love for caramel macchiatos. Or let's say you're at a business conference. You could discuss the keynote speech or the event's context. Ask about their opinion on the speaker's points. This not only shows that you're interested in their perspective, but it also gives you a chance to share your insights. Giving sincere compliments is another foolproof way of breaking the ice. Notice someone's unique sense of style or their interesting choice of book. Compliment them. People appreciate it when others notice the little details. And who doesn't love a heartfelt compliment? Finding common interests is another key. Whether it's sports, movies, books, or social media, shared interests are great conversation starters. They give you a solid ground to build upon, and before you know it, you're engaged in a lively discussion. Remember, the key is to find common interests and give sincere compliments. This sparks an initial connection, and as you'll see in the next scenes, this is just the beginning of your journey to becoming excellent at small talk. Step 2. Now that you've started the conversation, how do you keep it going? The answer lies in active listening. Active listening is not merely about hearing words, but about comprehending, interpreting, and responding to them. It's about being in tune with the speaker, both verbally and non-verbally. Let's talk about a simple ratio to remember: 2/3 listening and 1/3 talking. When you're engaging in small talk, aim to listen about 2/3 of the time. It's not about keeping a strict count, but about ensuring that you're giving the other person plenty of space to express themselves. Why is this so important? Well, people love to be heard. They appreciate having someone who'll listen to their stories, experiences, and opinions. By listening more than you talk, you're providing them that opportunity, making them feel valued and respected. But don't just listen passively. Engage with what's being said, nod in agreement, maintain eye contact, and show that you're genuinely interested. This is active listening, and it's crucial to keeping the conversation going. Next, let's talk about open-ended questions. These are questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. They require a more thoughtful response, inviting the other person to share more about themselves or their experiences. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like this event?" you could ask, "What do you enjoy most about this event?" Responding thoughtfully is equally essential. When the other person shares something, don't just move on to the next question. Respond with a relevant story from your own life, or a thoughtful comment or question about what they've just said. This shows that you're not only listening, but also deeply engaged in the conversation. Remember, your goal is not to interrogate, but to converse. It's a two-way street. You're not just gathering information, you're also sharing, connecting, and building a rapport. Actively and responding thoughtfully, you build a rapport and show genuine interest in the other person. This isn't just about becoming excellent at small talk. It's about building successful human relationships, which, as we know, can lead directly to personal and financial success. Step 3. Ever felt stuck when a conversation veers towards a topic you know nothing about? Staying informed is your safety net. Now picture this. You're at a social gathering, sipping your drink, making small talk, when suddenly the conversation shifts to the latest blockbuster movie or the current political climate. You feel a knot in your stomach as you realize you don't have much to contribute to the discussion. A familiar scene, isn't it? Keeping abreast with current affairs and popular topics is key to avoiding such awkward situations. It equips you with a wide array of conversation starters and keeps your chats interesting and engaging. You can discuss the latest developments in technology, share your views on a trending Netflix series, or even talk about the recent space exploration missions. The possibilities are endless. But remember, information is a double-edged sword. While it's great to have a wealth of knowledge at your disposal, it's equally important to steer clear of potentially awkward subjects that might halt the conversation. Avoid topics that are too personal, controversial, or sensitive, such as religion, politics, or personal finances. The aim of small talk is to build rapport, not to trigger debates or arguments. Also bear in mind that being informed isn't just about consuming information. It's about understanding the context, digesting the information, and forming your own opinions. This makes your conversations more authentic and meaningful. Don't worry, you don't have to be a walking encyclopedia. Just dedicate a few minutes each day to catch up on the news or browse through your social media feeds. Subscribe to newsletters, listen to podcasts, or read blogs. Find a method that suits you and stick to it. In this age of information, staying updated has never been easier. Use this to your advantage. Let your knowledge be the canvas on which you paint your conversations. Step being informed not only enriches your small talk, but also broadens your horizons. Step 4. The key to mastering any skill, including small talk, is practice. This principle applies across the board, whether you're honing your skills on the piano, perfecting a three-point shot in basketball, or learning to communicate effectively. Step 4 is all about practice and improvement. Now you might be wondering, how do I practice small talk? Well, answer is seize every opportunity to engage in conversation. Whether you're in a coffee shop, waiting for a bus, or attending a social gathering, these are all excellent arenas to practice your small talk skills. You see, every conversation is a chance to learn something new, to refine your approach, and to become more comfortable with the art of small. And remember, not about being perfect right out of the gate. It's about gradual improvement and building confidence over time. Another effective way to practice is by observing others who excel in this. We all know someone who seems to effortlessly navigate any social situation. These natural conversationalists have a knack for making others feel comfortable and engaged. They're the folks who can chat with anyone about anything. So, take note of techniques. How do they open conversation? How do they keep it flowing? What kind of questions do they ask? Observing and from these individuals can provide valuable insights to enhance your own small talk abilities. However, don't just imitate. Take what you learn and adapt it to your own style. Remember, authenticity is key in any conversation. People appreciate genuine interactions, so while it's great to learn from others, it's equally important to be true to yourself. Finally, it's essential to approach each conversation with a positive attitude. See each interaction as an opportunity to learn, to connect, and to grow. Embrace the process of practicing with all its ups and downs, because it will undoubtedly lead to improvement. In conclusion, practice is the cornerstone of becoming proficient in small talk. It's through repeated exposure and experience that we become more comfortable and adept in our conversation skills. So take the plunge, start those conversations, and remember, the more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you'll become in your small talk abilities. Mastering small talk is a tool and a skill that can assist you in your journey to financial success.